All right, boys and girls, so on page 333, we're going to start with our first problem-solving question of the day. So it says, the deepest part of the Grand Canyon is about 1 1/6 miles deep. The deepest part of the ocean is located in the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean. The deepest part of the ocean is almost 6 times as deep as the deepest part of the Grand Canyon. About how deep is the deepest part of the ocean? I want you to pause the video and underline what the question is asking you. You should have underlined the last sentence, about how deep is the deepest part of the ocean. So go back into the problem and underline what it said about the deepest part of the ocean. I'm going to box the deepest part of the ocean is 6 times as deep as the deepest part of the Grand Canyon. And what do we know about the Grand Canyon? 1 1/6 miles deep. So the question is asking you, what do you need to find? You're just going to repeat about how deep is the deepest part of the ocean. Go ahead and pause your video and write that. It's the last sentence in the paragraph. So you should have wrote about how deep is the deepest part of the ocean. The next sentence is, or the next box just said is, what information do you need to use? The deepest part of the Grand Canyon. So we're talking about the Grand Canyon. I'm just going to move this up a little bit. The Grand Canyon is 1 1/6 miles, and the ocean is 6 times as deep as the Grand Canyon. So here we're going to put the Grand Canyon is about 1 1/6 miles deep, and the deepest part of the ocean is 6 times as deep. So how are you going to use that information? We're going to draw a diagram. Our strategy today is drawing a diagram. Over on our right-hand side, we have a bar model. So it says, draw a bar model. Compare the depth of the deepest part of the Grand Canyon and the deepest part of the ocean in miles. So you can see we have one box next to 1 1/6. If you go back into your problem, you know that the Grand Canyon is 1 1/6 miles. So I'm going to put Grand Canyon. And this will. The other part, obviously the other thing that we are talking about, or the other, is the ocean. So we have the Grand Canyon and the ocean. You know that the ocean is 6 times as big as the Grand Canyon. So in here, it's 1 1/6, 1 1/6. It's 6 times as big. Write an equation to solve. M is the deepest part of blank in miles. We want to find how deep the ocean is. The question's asking us how deep is the ocean. So we want to find how the deepest part of the ocean. So the deepest part of the ocean, M, is equal to 6, the whole number 6, times 1 1/6. You're going to have to rename this fraction. So the deepest part of the ocean, M, is still 6 times as big as 7 6, and that's just following the same method I did. 1 times 6 is 6, plus 1 is 7, and 6 stays the same. So we know that the deepest part of the ocean, M, 6 times 7 is 42. 6. But you can't leave it like that. It's an improper fraction, so you have to rename it. How many times can 6 fit into 42? 7 times. So the deepest part of the ocean is about 7 miles deep. We're going to head on to page 334 now.